about that. Officer, please, what do you people want? Should I arrest him?
Yes, arrest him. Arrest my mother too.
Arrest him? Oh yes. Arrest him, officer.
Oh no, what idiot!
Please arrest him.
Arrest
him, officer.
Officer, please. Thank you for this. The way you handled everything as a gentleman. Okay. Let me see you one side. Forget about the arrest. Don't arrest him, please. Okay. It's okay. No. It's okay. No problem. It's okay.
Before that, young man, please, this will be the first and last time you come to the station with this kind of issue. Because if you do, I will arrest you and lock you up.
You are a rubbish officer. I regret dealing with you. Next time I will call the commissioner of police direct.
Where you get?
Don't worry.
You are a cheap officer.
You have his number.
Mama, don't touch her.
Commissioner of police.
Mama, don't touch
You have
her.
commissioner of police number.
This girl needs to be dealt with.
What is wrong?
Very bad. Evil mind is bad. Retrieve your steps now. Retrieve your steps before it's too late. Selfish and wickedness. Evil mind is bad. Evil mind is bad. Retrieve your steps now. Retrieve your steps before it's too late. Selfish and wickedness. Selfish and evil mind is bad. Retrieve your steps now.
Why are you like this? Is it because of that thing that happened earlier? Come on. You shouldn't put it too hard. It shouldn't. In fact, it shouldn't bother you. You're on top of the game.
Mama, how do we explain this? I brought in a police officer to arrest someone. All of a sudden, the police officer changed. I don't know. I think he was under a spell. Why the sudden change?
I'm happy you're realizing that. When I tell people I don't trust those people, they tag me a bad person. I believe they must have charmed that police officer, that he came and started misbehaving instead of him to arrest the culprits.
To crown it all, the police officer that was supposed to arrest people started preaching.
Okay.
Eh?
Okay.
Mama, don't worry, I know what to do. I swear, if they don't do the needful, there will be no burial in this family. If they don't unblock my bank account, nobody will bury Papa in this family.
Officer, that's his number. He's inside the car arrested. My son, I don't know.
No, sorry, don't know.
He's inside, he's inside. I know what.
Amaka, what is the problem?
I called some police officers to arrest Chijo.
Your boyfriends. The police are boyfriends again.
Officers, fetch him out. Bring him out.
He got one the boyfriend. Arrest him.
Check the backyard. He's at the backyard. Somewhere. Just find him. Follow them to the backyard.
I'm not calling them, man. You see what you are doing?
Officer, bundle her. Bundle her. Yes. Nonsense. Rubbish. Mama, pick up Maka. Pick up just wrap Maka. This one. Pick up Maka.
Keep here. This is 300,000. I want you to keep it. I want you to keep my brother in that cell for as long as possible. He doesn't want my father's burial to hold. So maybe if he's in a safe place, we can have this burial. He's been saying a lot of things constituting nuisance. If anybody comes for his bail, say a capital no to that. Please.
It's alright. I will do as you have just said.
Thank you. I have to go. I have a lot of preparation to make.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't know how all of you will sit back and watch my son languish in police cell. If you will know what is good, tell Amaka to go and bring my son from that police cell. If by tomorrow I don't see my son out of that police cell, I will do the unthinkable. I will do something everybody in that family will regret.
I've never failed you before. I'm giving you my words. I will do everything within my power to make sure your son comes out.
I'll be waiting. In that house, I will sit and wait. In fact, I will hold you accountable because I've warned you to warn them.
No problem. No problem. Please, don't do anything, no. We are working on it, Biko. Hey, what kind of problem, what kind of family is this? Amaka is stubborn on her own. Chijoke is stubborn. I don't know whether the mother is worst. Nobody will rest. Officer, please, I'm here in respect of Chijoke. Okay. I asked around, they say you are the IPO. That's why I'm talking to you. Biko, no. Help us and release him. I'm here to bail him. Whatever is the amount, we'll pay.
It's alright, Elder. Everything you said, I heard you loud and clear. But I'm very sorry there's nothing I can do. What you're saying is impossible. Because the directive came from the DPO that nobody should release him. Do you know the magnitude of what he has done? Do you know what it means for someone to pursue someone with machetes? It's a dangerous thing that can even land him to prison. No, it's not possible.
Hey, see, we know what he did is very bad, but we are pleading to tamper justice with mercy. Biko,
I don't know what to do, but only thing I would suggest, you meet the girl that came for this report. I think she's in a better position to talk to the DPO. That's the only thing I would suggest you do.
Amaka? Okay.
I don't really know her name, but just try and reach her. She will communicate with DPO.
Officer, thank you for this information.
You don't have it.
Amaka is my daughter. Okay. I'll talk to her. I'll be back.
Okay.
Thank you, Adam Biko. We know Chijoke is a troublesome person, but you cannot allow him to stay there. We are there. We beg the police. They say they cannot do anything. Nobody can release him unless you permit them. Biko.
Uncle, I don't understand you. No, I don't get it. You and I know how troublesome Chijoke is. You know the problems he has caused in this family. You were there, he said that that over his dead body with this burial hold. And I will not take it. No, I will not take it. I only told the DPO to lock him up till after my father's burial. You were here, he was ranting, clamoring now. He doesn't want this burial to hold. Burial that he did not put 1 naira into. So if you are against this, with all due respect, sir, it's a no. He will stay there.
There is something you don't know. The police informed us that if he is not released, that by Monday they will take him to the court, and definitely he will end up in this prison. Uncle, will you be happy that it will be on record that you send your brother to prison?
Uncle, I am not sending him to prison. I only want him to just stay there till after my father's burial. Shikena, that's all.
Oh, how many girl?
Michael.
Uncle, this one you came around. Hope there's a problem.
There's a little problem, Michael. I'm begging Amaka to release Chijoke. He locked Chijoke up. The police say nobody can release Chijoke unless with her permission. You know, we all know that Chijoke is a troublesome person. But if we don't release him, they will take him to court. And you might end up in prison. Now, I guess you want to okay, Biko.
Okay, thanks for your care, thanks for your concern. I appreciate what you did. But don't worry, I'll pick it up from here. I will talk to her so you can go home and rest.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right.
I know I can count on you. Oh.
I searched everywhere. I didn't see Nonso. Where is Nonso?
He went out.
Alright, you had what Ibeh said. We'll talk about that later, okay? Now.
Listen, young man. I am only allowing you to go because of this lady. Else you'll be taken to court on Monday. Mind you, if you ever cause havoc again in that family, I will not hesitate in arresting you and put you to prison to suffer there. You will rot up there when I put you there. My elder, my dear, please take him. When you get home, talk to him because he might not be this lucky next time.
Thank you very much, DPO. As you said, we will talk to him. And we are promising you that he will not cause any problem in the family again.
And one more thing, young man. You heard what your brother said and the elder. That your father said when he was alive, you should not see his corpse when he dies. You will have to respect your late father's decision.
And you believed them? Eh? How can my father say I should not see his corpse when he dies? They fabricated that thing. GPO, you they fear them. Tell them they are lying now.
Now let me tell you, they have said that and that's exactly what you must do. My adult, take him. You can go, huh? Thank you very much.
Jidoko, I don't need to remind you what you went through there. Eh? You saw how you smell road with your nose. I know what you went through begging Amaka before she talked to the DPO to release you. Please, don't create any trouble again. The DPO warned you were there. That if they see you again, it's straight to prison. Eh? I'm sure you don't need such an experience. And insisting to see your father, please don't go there. The man gave an instruction that you should not see his corpse. When you want to go, there be turn at the corpse. Forget about all these things. Let there be peace. Biko.
Uncle, I've fed you. Thank you very much.
It's okay.
No problem.
Chijo, you mean you have been in police cell all this while and you did not bother to tell me? Eh? Because I've been expecting to see you or even your call.
You know police now, they collected my phones. So I was not able to make any call.
Why?
They seized my phone now. They even saw Amaka blocked everywhere with money. I'm telling you, she bribed everybody, including the DPO. Imagine the DPO telling me, it's a family problem. It's my fault that I should not bother about seeing my father's corpse because that was his instruction before he died. I should respect my father's decision before he died. Can you imagine? It will get on your DPO on.
Even DPO said that?
Yes.
Now, okay, let me tell you. That day, do whatever you can to see your father's corpse. Because if you fail that day, you have failed forever. And your right in that family will be vanished. Nobody will remember you there again, even in your father's property.
Uncle, listen and listen real good. On that day of burial, I must see my father's corpse. I repeat, I must see my father's corpse. Else, I swear, blood will flow.
That's what makes you a man. Eh? Give it to them, bomber to bomber, back to back.
Uncle, don't worry. On that day, it's either I see my father's corpse or blood will flow.
I
am
solidly behind you.
You sounded urgent in your voice. What are you saying? You said we need us to talk. What are we talking about?
Our father's burial will be coming up in the next few days. And on that day, terrible things might happen. So I suggest you pack your things and move out to somewhere safe, because that burial day is unpredictable.
Pack my things? To where? And what is that thing that is going to happen?
Ichie, my backbone told me that if I do not see my father's corpse on that burial day, that means I have lost everything. I won't have access to any of my father's property, and traditionally, I am no longer his son. And I wouldn't want that to happen. So please, I want you to go to somewhere safe, because on that day, I must lay my eyes on my father's corpse. Else,
I understand what you're saying, but I don't support this idea at all.
Mama, let's not argue over this.
Okay, if we should pack now, where do we go? What about your sister Jovita? What happens to her?
Forget about Jovita, Mama. She is against me. She's not supporting me. Jovita is with the opposition, so let her remain there. I don't care. I'm talking about you, you're talking about Jovita. Please, Mama, pack your things, go to somewhere safe and stay until after that burial.
This thing you're saying, honestly, I don't...
Mama, let's not argue about this. Don't spoil my plans. I don't want anyone to lay their hands on you. They can't get me. You are the next target. So please, you will go to somewhere safe. Because on that burial day, like I said, no, sir.
Anyone enjoy? If anyone on a one miri, anyone ogu don't water on Nazu. If we kill because we are angry, we will bury because of stench. One should not speak evil of the day if the evening is not near. Aburuna chejira adiakalo kubosi. No, one name was Iyke. It is only that leg that side with more that enjoys whatever it likes. Selfish and wickedness is very bad. Evil mind is bad. Retrieve your steps now. Before it's too late. Selfish and wickedness. Evil mind is bad. Retrieve your steps now. Before it's too late. Selfish and wickedness. Evil mind is bad. Retrieve your steps now. Before it's too late. Selfish and wickedness. Evil mind is bad. Retrieve your steps now. Before it's too late. Nezonye melala. Ochoba na wansio. Onya sile biari eni. Oposi akanawa. Gedifonye wenni gemesiye. Oga wuzi arokamjua. Control your actions. Don't be faster than your shadow. Makipa kankwaruru nuwa. Wela dialogolili. No hiding place for evil. Selfish and wickedness. Evil mind is bad. Retrieve your steps now. Before it's too late. Retrieve your steps now. Before it's too late. Selfish and wickedness. Evil mind is bad. Retrieve your steps now. Before it's too late. Selfish and wickedness. Evil mind is bad. Retrieve your steps now. Before it's too late. Selfish and wickedness. Evil mind is bad. Retrieve your steps now. Before it's too late.
Chijoke, it is now your turn to go and see your father's corpse. See, if you fail now, you fail forever. Go and claim your right. Go. Go and claim your right. Go.
Where do you think you're going? Our late father gave instruction that you don't see his corpse. So where do you think you're heading to?
Micheal, shut up and listen. You and co have denied me access to see our father's corpse since he died. Today is a different day because if I do not see my late father's corpse, there will be another corpse here.
Meaning what, Chijoke? And how dare you ask my elder brother to shut up? Have you lost your senses? Are you mad?
I think I am going to call the DPO to pick you up.
Amara, please. Amara, please.
What is this?
Come to that.
Boys don't talk
Chijoke.
when men are talking.
What is wrong with you? Are you mad?
No, sir.
Wait, in my presence.
No, sir.
Chijoke. It's in my presence.
Have I seen my father's corpse or not?
Listen
You will
not
not.
to me. My elder brother said you should not see his corpse. If you go there, whatever consequences you will bear it.
Get out of my sight.
Chijoke, please. Chijoke, please. Chijoke.
Anybody will shoot in the head. All you.
Does it mean that Chijoke is blind? Hey! I said it. Oh, I said, when this boy wanted to say his father's house, I warned him. He said no, nothing will happen. Chijoke, make peace with your brother. He said no, he will handle it. That he has swag. Now the time for the swag has come. Hey! Yes, I have to go back to my house before his father make me mad because both of us are as a crack. Hey, please,
Buri, you left your community to my community to destroy my family. Do you know what family is? Now, by the time I'm through with you, you will know what it means to destroy another man's family.
See, let me tell you. I want your son not to sell your house. He refused. I told him, make peace with your children, with his brothers. He refused. No, I know you are a nice man. You are a good man. As I'm seeing you wearing this white, you have a heart of gold. You are a good man. But your son... Water now. My body's hot.
My children, I called you all here because of Chijoke's condition. What are we going to do to help him? I know he offended all of you because of his bad attitude, but we cannot abandon him at this time. Please, he's still your brother. Let us come up with a solution to help him, please.
Uncle, he caused it. He went against our father's instruction, and look at the outcome. If he had listened, this wouldn't have happened. So he serves him right.
Maka, my daughter, you are right. What has happened has happened. What we are looking for now is a solution. There must be a way we can assist him, please.
Uncle, this foolish boy you're pleading with us on his behalf, trying to make us see reasons to help him out of his predicament, is never worth it. Uncle, he's not worth it. I mean, how much did Chijoke contribute when our father was in the hospital? Nothing. How much did he contribute during the burial? Nothing. And you want us to help him? We can't.
I don't want you to reason that way. If you have to reason that way, simply means we're wishing that. No, please, just calm down. We are talking about life here. Huh? We don't have to be insensitive. Jovita, you have to take very good care of him. You know Mama is mourning now. Whatever he needs, please, give it to him. If you do not have it, don't hesitate to put a call across to me. Huh? After some days, if the situation is not improving, I think we'll have to resort to tradition.
I agree with you, Michael. That's a good idea. I agree with you.
All right, Uncle. Thank you so much.
It's all right.
I appreciate it.
It's okay. I'll be on my way now.
All right, Uncle.
Bye-bye, sir.
Woman, there is a big problem.
Hey.
I have consulted my oracle, and they said your husband put himself into this condition, and that he will remain like this all the days of his life.
Chimu.
The ghost of the man he was tormenting their family strike him with this incurable sickness.
Hey. Hey, Efukwamo. Ududo, please. Does it mean you can do nothing about this? He should remain like this? No, Ududo, please. Please, you have to do something. My husband must not remain like this. Please, consult your oracle again. The gods must tell you what to do. Please. Please, please,
Woman,
Ududo, please.
there is nothing,
Hey.
I mean absolutely nothing I can do. The gods have spoken, and so shall it be. I'll take my leave.
Chimu. What do I do now? But Nai, I warned you. I warned you about the kind of advice you gave to that boy, but you wouldn't listen. You wouldn't listen now. See where it has landed you. All the money he's been dashing to you. See where it has cost Oh, see what it has cost. Nine, what will I do?
Make sure you follow the instruction. In the morning, give him 1.5 cup every day, at least for 4 days. The eye will gradually clear. Then after 8 days, I will still come back and bring another one for you.
Oh.
That will help in clean everything out.
Thank you so much. I can't wait for my son to have back his sight. It's your demma. Nah. I know you will not see it. They brought your medicine. Oh? So, how much is your money?
8,000 naira.
Okay. I will send my daughter to bring it to your house. Oh? You did us a favor. I will send her. 8,000 is nothing. Oh? Nah, do we start today? Huh?
He said tomorrow.
Okay, it's just that I'm impatient. No problem. I believe this one is a very strong one. It will help. It's a good one.
Anyone enjoy? If anyone on a one miri, anyone ogu don't water on us. If we kill because we are angry, we will bury because of stench. One should not speak evil of the day if the evening is not near. Aburuna chejira adia kalopo bosi. No, one name was Iyke. It is only that leg that side with more that enjoys whatever it likes. Selfish and wickedness is very bad. Evil mind is bad. Retrieve your steps now. Retrieve your steps before it's too late. Selfish and wickedness. Evil mind is bad. Evil mind is bad. Retrieve your steps now. Retrieve your steps before it's too late. Selfish and wickedness. Selfish and evil mind is bad. Retrieve your steps now. Before it's too late. Before it's too late. Selfish and wickedness. Evil mind is bad. Evil mind is bad. Retrieve your steps now. Retrieve your steps before it's too late. Nezonye melala. Ochoba na wansio. Onya silegari eni. Oposi akana.
Jovita, you are here doing what? Do you want to see my engine room? Are you supposed to be here? Jovita.
I'm backing you.
Jovita, get out of this place. See, if I regain my sight, I will wound you. I will wound you. Leave here. Leave here. Are you gone? Don't worry. Very soon I will see. If I see what I will do to you. I'm not sure.
Retrieve your steps now before it's too late. Selfish and wickedness. Evil mind is bad. Retrieve your steps now before it's too late. Selfish and wickedness. Evil mind is bad. Retrieve your steps now before it's too late.
Amaka, please come. I think we need to take Chijioke to the hospital. The doctor needs to attend to him. He needs to regain his sight. He's our own brother.
Is that your opinion? If you say so.
I said so.
Okay, please, nobody should disturb him. Wait rest. As you can see, wait rest.
Okay, are you sure my brother will be fine?
Yes, by the grace of God, we'll get better.
Nurse, please do everything you can to make my brother regain his eyesight, okay? My elder brother, Mr. Michael, is with the doctor. We're discussing how we can afford all the bills. Please, we want him to regain his sight.
It's fine there. Our doctor is trying everything possible so he can get well soon.
Thank you so much.
Nurse,
Yes, sir.
no more visitors. Don't allow anybody to visit me again.
Okay, sir.
I'm not in the mood of seeing anybody.
Okay, sir. Please excuse me.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything. Thank you.
Shut up! Shut up!
What is wrong with you, Chijioke? In this your condition, shut up, shut up. Eh? You just want to remain violent. Don't let this your condition remain permanent.
If you see, I will lay curse on you.
You lay curse on me. You lay curse on yourself. Also, you have a good one.
Mr. Michael, I've gone through the series of lab tests we conducted on your brother. We have a problem. Now the question is, how do we salvage the situation? Because my concern is for him to regain his sight.
Well, doctor, I don't need to ask you if there is any problem because as long as he has not regained his sight, it simply means there is a problem somewhere. But my basic concern here is, what do we do for him to regain his sight?
He needs an eye surgery. I advise you fly him to India for that.
India?
Yes.
Whoa. Like, how long would this take?
Let's say 4 to 5 days. But it all depends on you. Because once he gets there, they still have to conduct some series of tests on him before the commencement of the operation.
How much are we looking at?
Mr. Michael. Substantial amounts.
Mama? Ami, I called for this meeting because I want us to discuss about Chijioke. I had a brief with the doctor and he said the only way Chijioke can regain his sight is when we fly him to India for surgery. So please, I need your contribution towards that.
Well, I don't have any problem with that. In fact, it's a welcome development. Chijioke is your brother. In as much as he behaves funny sometimes, but it doesn't matter. You can't and you can't throw the baby with the bathing water. Mana, have you discussed with Nonso? Is he aware?
Not yet, but I want us to discuss about it, at least conclude on something. I'll put a call across to him and let him know what we concluded on. I know he's gone back to the city after Papa's burial. You know, we spent so much towards the burial arrangement, so I'll let him know.
You all did well. You did well. You made me proud. Even your father will be turning with joy in his grave.
Thank you for calling for this meeting.
That's okay.
I'm proud to have you as a brother. I must say that. Okay, it's good that we want to reach out to Chiji, okay? Regardless of his attitude. Also, we don't need to call Nonso because I wouldn't want us to disturb him.
Okay.
I am going to sponsor the trip.
Yeah. Amaka. I'm him. You mean after all the money you people lavished for your father's burial, you still want to sponsor Chijioke's treatment?
Silly.
Black and handsome.
Oh yeah, he is black and handsome.
Is it my fault?
It's not your fault.
Jojo, the baby of the house.
Yes, sir.
Jojo is always shy. Why?
Because she's a fine girl.
Hey, is it now that the troubleshooters of this family are no more? I got for this meeting, so we'll discuss very well forward. Makanas Nagasa Ibuko. In a day or 2 days' time, every one of us will be going back to our places of work to continue to put foods on our table. So I wanted us to share some ideas before we leave. Me as a person, I think I've overstayed. If not for my wife and my boys that are managing my business, I don't know what would have happened by now. And I'm in one. You know, you're a civil servant. You have to go back to work.
I know.
And so before we leave, I want us to discuss about the money in the bank, the money realized from the selling of the house that Chijioke sold. I am suggesting, no, I'm not suggesting. Let me throw the question open. What do we do with the money?
Well, brother, I am suggesting we buy a large portion of land, say 5 acres, and then build a befitting house in Papa's memory. Put it up for rentage. The proceeds we make from it, we reinvest it for something beneficial for the family. I don't think we should share the money. I mean, look at us. We're all comfortable, doing well. Look at Sister Maka. See what she did in the area.
Calm down. Calm down.
I don't see reasons why we should share the money. For me, I don't need it. I know you don't need it. You know, that's my suggestion. That's my suggestion.
Maka, your opinion, please.
I'm saying we should build the house for Mama and hand it over to her. Yeah. And any money that's realized from the proceeds, we should give it to her. But that doesn't stop us from taking care of Mama. She's our mother. So she deserves it.
Adane has spoken. Jojo the Jojo, baby of the house. So what's your take?
I don't know. Anything Sister Amaka said. These girls, eh?
All right, we'll go there.
Now.
Afomolo Dogu. What do you have to say?
Hey, my children, what more can I say? I am so proud of all of you.
You're proud.
Look at your father's burial. You all outdid yourselves. So whatever you have decided is okay by me.
Yeah, good one. Amaka, please, one more thing.
Yeah.
As soon as you're going to Port Harcourt, please, you have to go with Jovita. Get a very good school for her, a very standard one. Enroll her there and please foot the bill. And in case the bill will be too much for you, get Nonso and I involved.
Please stop it. Stop it already. Stop. Brother, are you in my mind? Are you a mind reader? We've already, that's already on the line. We discussed about it and she agreed.
Wow.
So she's going with me to Port Harcourt.
Yes, she's going with me to
see these girls who you planned it. You didn't even inform us.
We were saying it now. What difference? What's the difference now? Stop.
But I thought Jovita would stay with me. Are you going to leave me all alone in this big compound?
Mama, Jovita needs to see the world.
I'm talking about the person that is going to stay with you. I have discussed that with your friend, so please put a call across to her. Tell her to bring the girl latest next week. But meanwhile, before we leave, not me alone, we will give you very good amount of money for your upkeep. And I know we'll have enough food in the house, so we'll take care of yourself.
Mommy!
Mamito!
Mamito! Let me pack my things, eh?
Yeah, tell my friend, sorry, let me reply you, my son. That my friend just called not long ago. She said the girl is already in her house. We'll be coming together next week.
That
No
settles it.
problem. Settles it.
All right.
Mommy, I'm going to miss you.
Mommy too.
I'll miss all of
I'll
you.
miss you.
Especially Jovita. Jovita is so small now.
Mama, are you sure we are in a safe place? Since we got here, no one has visited us. No sign of any living soul. Are we in the bush? Are we in the bush?
No, we are not in the bush. We are in a house. Here is my maternal home. The problem is that I don't know anybody and nobody knows me around here.
Your maternal home?
Yes.
Okay. What of your grandparents?
They are both dead. Nobody comes here.
Their children, uncle.
That's my mother and her brother. My mother is living in her husband's house. My uncle, that's my mother's brother. He lives in the north. He's married to a Hausa woman, and over 36 years he has not come to this village. Even when his parents died, he didn't come to pay his last respect.
That one, my child. That's a cursed child. Okay, Mama. What of your own parents? Where are they?
I can't go there. Nobody wants to see me around there. When I was young, I was galvanized. I was a wayward girl. I was a child that was so bad. I got involved with different kinds of men at the point I was impregnated by that Benue man I told you earlier. So when they saw that I was pregnant, they all disowned me. Even when I married your father, sorry, Jonathan, they still disowned me. They didn't want to have anything to do with me.
Mama, you lived a reckless life. Your parents disowned you. Your grandparents are not in good terms with you. Your husband... Okay, Mama. Who is my biological father? The Benue man that got you pregnant. How do we locate him? I can't believe him without father now.
I know. That's what I'm talking about. I know he's from Benue, from Otubo. I don't even know how to locate him. You know, Benue is a big place. I cannot find him. We met in the city. It's not something, we don't have the opportunity to talk about our kindred home, our local government and all that. So I don't know where to find him. I don't know.
You don't know who my father is.
I know who he is from Benue.
But you can't find him.
I can't find him.
Mama, shut up. Mama, just shut up.
Oh.
Mama, just shut up.
Oh.
Amaka, how's your husband?
He's fine.
Thank God for a successful wedding. Meanwhile, I called this meeting for us to discuss something very important.
But I hope all is well.
Oh, perfectly well. It's about our brother, Chijoke.
Chijoke. I hope he has not started with his madness.
I know. There's no trouble. I just feel we have to help him out with his condition, talking about his blindness, you know. I am touched. I just want us to discuss about it, find a way to assist him. I know we are not related by blood, but we should be guided with the fact that all of us, we grew up as one, like one family. Also, please, can we just find out a way to help him out of this situation?
But how are we supposed to find solutions to Chijoke's problem?
I know.
We are not the ones that made him blind. Please, let's forget about Chijoke from this family entirely.
Brother, if you ask me, I'll say this is a spiritual problem.
And we cannot solve it this way. I mean, if you had listened to us by not going to see Papa's corpse, all this wouldn't have been a problem. If you ask me, I'll say we have nothing, we can't do anything.
Nothing.
I mean, is that something you can do?
Nothing.
We can't do anything.
You see, I understand your feelings. Yeah, sure. I do understand your feelings, but I want us to come together as one family. And if we agree to come together as one family, trust me, we can do something to help him.
But if there's anything you think we can do, please, Brother Chiruki is our brother. Let's help him, please.
First thing first, I think we have to forgive him.
Forgive him.
I'm forgiving him, Mom.
Good.
Let us pray. Thou art worthy. Thou art worthy, O Lord, worthy Jesus, to receive glory, honor, and power, for thou hast created all things are for thy pleasures. They are and were created. Libarata mashantari balimo seke diriko tusho komaradaya.
Limarata ningasanka shikalede lekeyindolo into mushanta. Barida zumade leke dezezo koto. Leke to shakamaritin numusindele gabaya. Redolomo sundori kete keseli kataya. Maradala bayintu masondolebo shoko soketeke endeloko no shogoradaya masindali pachitalu masondobo bodozoteke kektelikata maridalaya rakabayeto rotopo shete mosintekegeda la dazizo rikateshegeda. In the mighty name of Jesus, the Bible said that in the name of Jesus every knee shall bow, every tongue will confess that Jesus is Lord. Lord, at this moment we call upon you to show yourself in the life of your son, Chijoke. Lord, I decree and I declare, you foul spirit of infirmity, you foul spirit of blindness, I decree and I cast you back to sender. I send you back to the pit of hell in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. And so shall it be. In Jesus' precious name we have prayed.
Amen.
Man of God,
I'm here.
Thank you very much, but there is one more thing.
Okay.
Tell this woman to tell me who my father is. Because I don't understand how a full-grown woman like this will not know who got her pregnant. I have begged her, show me who my real father is. Whether he's from Benue, Kafanchad, Kanu, Kaduna, Sokoto. Let me know who my father is. Because one day, if I mistakenly lay my hands on her, I swear, I will not cease until she loses breath. I will strangle her to death. Because this is painful and shameful.
Brother Chijo, there is no need for it. The Lord has answered us. He has heard our prayers. We serve a living God. He has never failed, and He will never start it in your case. All that is required of you is faith, belief, because the Bible says, be it unto you according to your faith. I want you to go home with this understanding, with this assurance, believing that you are healed already. That is all you need. Your miracle is with you. Woman, you heard what Brother Chidoke just said. Who is his real father? It is good you let him know, at least, whether he's dead or alive, so that at least he will be comforted for once.
Pastor, I don't know whether he's dead or alive.
Huh.
I don't even know where he is. Like I told him earlier, he's from Benue State. Even though I know he's from Otobo. But I can't trace it because we didn't get to know.
Mama, shut up. Mama, shut up. Mama, shut up. Shut up. You're being annoying. Man of God, can you hear what this woman is saying? Why am I even calling you Mama? You are not worthy to be called one. Yeah? How can you be telling me that you forgot who got you pregnant? That you cannot trace the man that got you pregnant? That she got pregnant, my father impregnated her, she left my father and followed Jonathan. How can you get pregnant for another man and follow another man? Now you cannot trace your origin. Mama, get out of this place. Mama, get out.
Brother Chidoke, like I said, there will be no need for that. All you need and all that is required of you is just that faith and belief. Trust me. Trust our God. He is the omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent God. He will never disappoint you.
Michael, my son, don't be scared. I have heard your cries and I have seen your tears. I have decided to forgive Chijoke, and I will make him regain his sight again. But on one condition. On the condition that he never steps his feet on my compound again, because he's not my son. Michael, go to my graveside, collect some sand, take 4 seeds of alligator pepper. These alligator pepper seeds represent the 4 market days. Grind them, mix them with the sand, and make a paste of it with water. Rub this paste on his eyes, and he will regain his sight. I love you, my son, Michael.
Mama, it's either you show me who my biological father is, or I will commit suicide.
My husband got into this. Don't commit suicide. If I know where your father is, I will take you there immediately. I mean now. Like I told you earlier, I don't know where he is.
Mama.
Even though I know he's from Benue, but I don't know where he is at the moment.
I can't take that. I will jump into the nearest river or jump into any car once I hear the news. I can't take this anymore. You must show me my biological father, or better still, help me with the nearest person.
Take me to him. I can't be a fatherless son. I will kill myself if you do not show me who my father is. Nonsense.
What are you doing here again, Michael? What are you doing here again? Have you come to chase me from my maternal home again? It's Michael.
Which Michael?
Jonathan's son.
Huh? Opposition?
Yes, so.
What is he doing here?
I don't know.
Chidoke, I come in peace.
Can we trust an enemy?
Yes.
What happens to you, I know is spiritual. And I know Papa's hands might be involved in what happens to you. So because he instructed that you shouldn't see his corpse. But you went against his wish. And this thing happens to you after you're done seeing his corpse. However, he told me what to do so you can regain your sight.
Huh? Huh?
Yes.
What? Mama? He said he told you what he did and said.
He asked me to go to his graveside, pick some parcel of sand, add up 4 alligator pepper to it, mix it up, with water. Apply it on your eyes so you can regain your sight again.
What has to do with your sight? Let's try this one. If it doesn't work, fine.
Mama, look around. You see alone. You might be planning another.
No, he came alone. He actually came alone. Let me go and get the water.
Mama, are you sure he came alone?
He came alone. I didn't see anybody.
It's hard to trust an opposition. Mama, be careful. Be careful.
Chijoke, you're my brother.
I have trust issues. I cannot trust you. Micheal, I cannot trust you. I cannot trust you, Micheal. Over the fact that now you're not even my brother. If not for my eyes, I'm not supposed to be talking to you. Push. Mama,
you can see.
I can see.
Eh?
Hey! I can see. I can see. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for what I did. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What happened? Thank you very much.
Well done, everybody. Good day.
Good day. Who are you? How may we help you?
My name is Cosmos. I am from Benue.
Eh?
I am here to see Abigail and my son.
Eh? What?
Cosmos.
What's going on?
Yes. Oh, Abigail! Oh my God. Abigail!
His name is Cosmos. He's from Ghallywood. That's your father.
Come, let's see. Come. Yes, I am your father. Now wait first. My father.
Chijoke is not my son. He is not my son.
Jesus! 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 Jesus!
Brother, good day.
Good day. You're moody. What is the problem?
I had a terrible nightmare.
Terrible nightmare. What about it?
I saw Papa in my dream. He appeared to me. He told me that I shouldn't go on with Chijoke's surgery. That I shouldn't use my money to sponsor his trip to India for that surgery. And that any of his children that does that, he or she will go blind. And he also said that we should ask Abigail who Chijoke's real father is.
Wait a minute. He said he shouldn't fly Chijoke to India to perform the surgery.
Exactly.
And anyone that invests his money in his treatment we go blind.
Exactly.
Why, I remembered Papa saying that he's not too sure that Chijioke is his biological son. He told Nonso and I.
Really? And no one told me about it?
He said he wasn't too sure. So there's no need of us discussing about it. I think we'll have to call Abigail and ask her.
What if it's true? What do we do?
Michael, what do you want to ask me? Ask me now. Kanga me even name.
Auntie, I just want you to calm down. I don't know why you're not wearing your morning clothes.
Ha! Am I mourning you? Or are you my late husband? I was about to wear it, and you were shouting, Abigail, come, Abigail, come. Now I'm frustrated you. Also judgment. Before you draw here.
Auntie, it's okay. It's okay. Let's go straight to the point. Please, I don't want you to be angry. It's just a very polite question. Please, who is Chijioke's father?
Hmm? Who is Chijioke, Biko?
Your son, of course.
How dare you ask me such a useless question when you actually know that it's your late father, Jonathan, that is Chijioke's father? No, wait though. What are you people trying to do? Maybe you're planning on pushing him away from this family so that you and your useless siblings will share out of his own share of the inheritance from your father's property. Oh my man, give my abumoke. Let me tell you, can't wait him rubbish.
Auntie, you are far from the truth. Honestly, I called for this meeting so we can resolve everything maturely and amicably. But with the way you're sounding, obviously you don't want to settle things peacefully. Amaka, I want you to tell her what Papa said about Chijioke.
Auntie Abigail, my father appeared to me in my dream. And he told me that Chijioke is not his son. And we should ask you who Chijioke's father is. So, with all due respect, I am asking for you to tell us who is Chijioke's father.
Hey! Joseph na Bible. Josephine nke nu wana rozi nke kita. Visiona. Oh, he did not tell you that to ask me while he was still alive. Oh, kita onworo. Visiona. When people see you now, they say, oh, she's righteous, she's not seeing vision. Vision kill you. He did not tell you about your problem in this family. Your mother's problem. Did he only tell you to ask your mother who your father is? If not that your brother is here, that your vision will clear from your head. Listen, let this be the last time you do this. So don't you ever!
No wonder his character is quite different from all of us. Ogobula, Tibo, Zobo, also Soyano. Iyke gukwara. What is all this nonsense? But brother, what do we do?
Now that Papa has started appearing to you in the dream, warning us about Chijioke not being his biological son, I think we'll have to call Abigail and ask Abigail to take Chijioke back to his biological father. But first thing first, I have to speak with Umunas. Then I have to talk to our mom about it. Meanwhile, I have to call Nonso, ask him to come to the village immediately.
I'll call Nonso later.
problem also later.
Yeah. Alright, I think I have to tell them on the first and discuss that with them.
Nah, Iyke go quarrel.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible, honestly.
Your son has been discharged, so you people are free to go home.
It's to go home?
Yes.
Doctor, are you mad? I can't see anything and you are saying you are discharged. Are you saying I'm totally blind?
Please, calm down.
Doctor, why are you saying my son should go home in this condition? When you know he cannot see even me here now. Is there nothing you can do for him to see? See again. You know, see you've been discharged.
You people are misunderstanding me. I didn't say he won't see again. I cannot see again.
So what are you saying?
Okay.
Now listen to me. You see, he needs an eye surgery, which can be conducted in India, of which I've discussed with his elder brother Micheal.
Oh, yeah.
And he has promised to fly him to India for his surgery.
Huh?
Okay, no.
You discussed my eye surgery with my brother Micheal. And he agreed to fly me to India for eye surgery.
Oh yes, I did. And he promised.
Doctor, we discussed with Micheal. That man, his mother, his sister, even this saboteur of my daughter, they don't want anything good for my family and especially for my son and myself.
I don't even know what Jovita is saying.
So don't believe them. Sabo, Judas Iscariot.
She will be telling them our move.
Yes, I'm laughing at us because even as I'm looking at her face now,
so, I think you should just go home and try and listen to your daughter.
You see that the problem they have in this family, these two people, they're already showing themselves here. You mean my brother said he's going to pay?
Yes.
Let him pay.
Mean well in your eyes, but not mean well in his heart.
Doctor, are you saying I can't see again for now?
That's the point.
Anyway, I wish you good luck. Please, if you will excuse me now.
Brother Micheal. Brother Nonso, Sister Maka, please. I'm begging you, please. You have to forgive my brother, please. How can a man be blind and dying at the same time? How? How? Please, I'm begging you. Please. Please. I know he has committed a lot of atrocities. He has done a lot of things, but we have the same blood flowing through us. I'm begging, please. Please. Even the doctor said that Brother Micheal promised to sponsor his trip abroad. I know my mother and Chijoke does not believe, but I do. I'm begging you. Please. Please.
Jovita, it's okay, please. Sit. Jovita, you see, flying your brother Chijoke to India and performing that surgery is not a difficult thing for us. But there's a new development. And we're battling to know how to tackle that new development.
I don't understand. What new development?
What if I tell you that your brother Chijoke is not our father's son? What will you do?
If he's not our father's son, then whose son is he?
Your mother is in the right position to answer that question.
Okay. I think I'm confused right now. I'm really confused. I need to ask my mother.
No, you don't need to. You don't need to ask her.
Jovita, you need to calm down. Sit.
Micheal. Micheal, I know you promised to take me to India for my eye surgery. But that's not enough reason for you to utter such nonsense in your mouth. What are you saying? Are you sick? So you want to throw me out of my father's compound? So that is what you and your siblings are planning. It will not work. It will not work. This is my father's house, and no matter what, no one will throw me out. My father said this, our father said that. Amaka had nightmare. And so? Nonsense. And I query. This is my father's house and nothing can change that.
Chijoke, my brother. I don't know why you're shouting. Uncle, I told Aunt Abigail, our father's second wife, that he'll be here today. So she can explain everything by herself. I don't know why she's not here.
I have a question to ask. Why didn't you raise this matter all this time that your father was alive?
Ask him, why didn't you raise this question when our father was alive? Now that our father is dead, you want to sideline me out of our father's property. You are telling me I'm not his biological son. Thank God. In fact, why didn't you say this nonsense when my sight was still intact? Why are you saying it now that I can't see? You should have said it when my sight was intact. Nonsense.
Uncle, my father left us with an instruction, and I have to respect that instruction to the last letter. He said we should not discuss this, no matter the situation. So I kept it the way he asked us to keep it. Until lately, when he started appearing to Amaka in the dream, warning her and cautioning her that Chijoke has to go back to his biological father. If not, I won't have raised this topic up. And so he said we should ask Abigail whom his biological father is. So he should go back there.
Chijoke, I can see you are not just blind, you are stupid and deaf. This will be the last time you will refer to Brother Micheal as stupid again. Don't ever try it.
Who allowed him in? Black bread. Are you supposed to be here? In a family meeting, last born. Last born, what are you doing here? These people are talking nonsense. They want to gang up and chase me out of my father's house. But you never walk. Come here, go to left.
What are you doing in the land of the living? I thought you're dead. Go back to the land of the dead where you belong. The living and the dead are more.
Abigail, so you are going to see a native doctor to collect charms to wipe away my children. You lie. Now you go back to the compound. My kinsmen are still there. Confess. Confess who the father of Chijoke is, because you know he is not my son. Go and confess.
No, Jonathan. You know I cannot do that. Forgive me. Please, forgive me. I will not do it. That's very risky.
You and your son Chijoke have done a lot of damage to my family. Now go and do as I said. Confess.
Let me die. I will not do it. Instead, let me die.
Confess. 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 Confess.
children, please, let not argue too much about this. Chijoke, Metobu. Magono yes, she would have been on goddamn. I know the year Igbo. What I'm saying that nobody prepare for this condition. I know that your condition is not good now. Huh? Just relax your mind. Everything will be sorted out. Micheal, we will fix a date that I will come here. Abigail will be here. All this thing you're saying now, you will say it in her presence. And she said that you and Amaka, that both of you are lying, we have a simple way to resolve it, which is oath taking. If she takes the oath and she is not lying, she will be free. But we will have to warn her. If she takes the oath and she is lying, there will be consequences. I think you hope it's okay.
Uncle, we prove to them that in fact, I'm not only the son of soil, but I'm the biological son of my father.
That's good. So please, yeah?
I will say it.
Is that not my mother's voice?
She's the one. I will say it. Mama. I will say
Mama.
it. I will say it. I will say it. Please forgive me. Oh, forgive me. Jonathan is not the father of Chijoke.
Hey!
Don't shout. Don't flog me. I'm saying it. I'm saying it. Don't flog me. When I was young, a small girl, I'm following different men at the same time. One of them impregnated me. And because Jonathan then was handy, was doing something reasonable, I imposed the pregnancy on him. The one that impregnated me is from Benue. Don't flog me. I will say it. 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 Oh, I will say it. Please, you push you tell Amaka to forgive you. That girl had problem with her. Chijoke brought his wife to me. She got angry and came and slapped Chijoke's wife to me. I got angry and cursed her. I didn't stop there. I went to anything not to fortify it, to make sure she doesn't marry till the end of her life. That was why she's always having problems. I'm saying it already now. Don't flog me now.
So you mean Papa is not my real father?
Yes, your father is from Benue. He's from Otukpo, Thief precisely.
I'm from Benue.
Yes, for that matter.
Mama, please come close. I want to lay my hands on you. Can I touch you? Please, Mama, just come. No, there's no problem, Mama. Just come, please. Where are you? Where are you?
You're angry, you will kill me.
No, don't worry. Jovita, can I touch Mama, please?
Okay.
Take me to Mama.
Please.
Take me to Mama, don't worry. There's no problem.
Mama, go dear. I'm in one. No. The black bread.
Black bread.
Don't mind that boy. That boy is silly.
Black and handsome.
Oh yeah, he is black and handsome.
Is it my fault?
It's not your fault.
Jojo, the baby of the house.
Yes, sir.
Jojo is always shy. Why?
Because she's a fine girl.
Hey, is it now that the troubleshooters of this family are no more? I got for this meeting, so we'll discuss very well forward. Makana snaga sa Ibuko. In a day or 2 days' time, every one of us will be going back to our places of work to continue what put foods on our table. So I wanted us to share some ideas before we leave. Me as a person, I think I've overstayed. If not for my wife and my boys that are managing my business, I don't know what would have happened by now. And I'm in one. You know, you're a civil servant. You have to go back to work.
I know.
And so before we leave, I want us to discuss about the money in the bank, the money realized from the selling of the house that Chijoke sold. I am suggesting, no, I'm not suggesting. Let me throw the question open. What do we do with the money?
Well, brother, I am suggesting we buy a large portion of land, say 5 acres. and then build a befitting house in Papa's memory. Put it up for rentage. The proceeds we make from it, we reinvest it for something beneficial for the family. I don't think we should share the money. I mean, look at us. We're all comfortable, doing well. Look at Sister Maka. See what she did in the area.
Calm down.
No.
Calm down.
I don't see reasons why we should share the money. For me, I don't need it. I know you don't need it.
Yeah.
You know, that's my suggestion. That's my suggestion.